Today we're going to be forming up for a concrete slab in this garage behind me. And if you're new to this channel, my name's Josh. This channel is all about building your own house, saving a ton of money. So be sure to subscribe if you're into that. And the first thing we got to do is clear out all this mess behind us that you see. So that's going to be the first thing we do, and then I'll show you what to do next. I know on a cold day you really don't want to be outside cleaning out your garage to get it ready for a concrete slab, but I knew I had to get it done. The concrete finisher was on me wanting to get it poured, and the warm weather isn't going to last for longer than this week, so he's going to come tomorrow. It's going to be warm enough to pour tomorrow. And something else I had to get out of the way was all of these braces you see here. They've been there since I framed the walls. If you watch my videos from when I was framing these walls, that's when I installed them. Now is the time to take them down. So as you can see behind me, the grade, if you look, it's not very good. You can tell that there's a lot of downs and ups and downs. And the grade that I'm shooting for is at the top of this mortar joint. And I want the concrete to be about 5 to 6 inches deep at least. So that's going to be about right here to where we need the actual gravel. So we're going to go through and level this out. And any high spots, we're going to dig those down and put it in the low spots and take it to grade as we go. Then we're going to start from the back end. We're going to work towards the doors and we're going to go from there. But the thing that I want to tell you is if you're going to be pouring a slab and it doesn't break on a mortar joint like I got lucky it did here, you can take it to where you want it, measure down from the top of the block, or take a transit, make a mark, and go to each corner and get it the right levelness, and then chalk a line. So for instance, if you want the grade of the top of your concrete to be, let's say here, you would measure down to where you want it, and then make a mark using a transit or measure down from the top of the block depending on how level your foundation is. Hopefully it's really level. And then chalk a line from corner to corner, and when you pour your concrete slab it's going to go to that line. But like I said, for me, you can just think about the bottom of this block being the right grade that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and get started from the back end and working towards the garage door. Let's do this. Something you'll notice is I started out with this heavy winter jacket on, or coat I should say, and then as the video progresses I end up in my sweatshirt. This is a lot of laboring. This is where the term excellent laborer came from. It's from doing all of this excellent laboring on your days off from your regular job, but it is worth it. My dad decided to come through and help me out, and his name is Gerald. If you have not met him, he's a good guy. He's helped me a lot in learning how to build houses. Right now we're just taking out that high center that you see here in the video. What I'm about to show you is when you go to see how level you are, just put a board down that's the same thickness of your concrete and put a level on it, and that way you can kind of double check as you go if you're too high or too low. Right here I noticed is a little low right there, so I had to throw some more gravel to get it in the right depth. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pull a string line from mortar joint to mortar joint, so that way we'll know if the center is high or not. So Gerald has the string line hooked to a 2x6 at this side of the wall, and he's pulling it straight across. I'm just going to secure it here, and see, that's why you need to have somebody holding it, Gerald. All right, so we're going to pull it tight. Go ahead and pull it tight. Yeah, so middle's about 4.5, 5. So we could clean a little bit out of that center, which probably we'll go ahead and take that out. The whole floor is now level. It might vary within a 1/2 inch to 1 inch in some places, but it doesn't have to be perfect. If you're pouring a slab 6 inches deep, it might be 5 in some spots, it might be 6 inches in some spots, as long as it doesn't go to where it's, you know, more shallow than 4 inches. But this all looks really good. I'm really happy with it. So next thing we got to do is put form boards up where the garage doors are, and I already put a piece of plywood on the door here. Let me show you. When the concrete guy comes to pour the slab, he already knows the mortar joint is where the grade's going to be. So when he gets to this plywood, he'll go ahead and chalk a line, or he'll do it by hand just to give it a slight slope right where this door is going to sit. So that way, in case water gets up under that door jamb, it'll slide out. And this here is just to keep the wind out because it's been freezing cold today. Can't you tell by the way I'm bundled up? So that's how that door is going to work. let me show you these garage doors. Right here's where the end of the concrete slab is going to be. So we know we need a slope a 1/2 inch from here to here. So what we do, if you didn't have a mortar joint, whatever your level line is from your grade, just come down a 1/2 inch from your grade, and you're going to want to make a mark. All right, and I got a red pencil so it shows up really well. So that's about a 1/2 inch down right there. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a board on this mark and anchor it and level it, and then we're going to anchor it to the other side of the opening, so that way it gives us a nice straight edge to finish the edge of that concrete. And the concrete finisher knows we got a slope from here to here. With experience, he's been doing this a long time. And I wanted to let you know too, the gravel on the inside is going to get finished with a compactor, and he's going to put wire mesh down, so that adds a little extra security to that concrete slab. All right, so I'm going to get a board, I'm going to lay it across here and anchor it with tap cons. All right, so the tools you'll need is a impact driver, then you'll need some tap cons, and then you'll need a hammer drill with a 3/16 bit, because that's what these tap cons require. And let me show you what else I got. If you look here, I got a straight 2x6. Make sure you get a straight one, because if it's humped up real bad or really crooked, it's not going to be a good form board. So you got to get a straight 2x6, at least one edge, nice and flat. And we're going to lay this against our mark we made earlier. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So we got it looking good right there. Now what we're going to do is take our hammer drill and drill through the board into the block. And now we're just going to get a tap con. Actually, let's get one with a hex head on it. This one might be too long. Well, we'll try it. It's pretty darn long, but I think it'll work. All right, now we got this side anchored. Now we're going to grab a 4-foot level and make it level, and then we're just going to mark that side and anchor it to that side of the garage door opening. Oh, here's my level. What is it doing over here? Okay. We're going to come over to this side, put your level on your 2x6, and we're just going to lift it up where it goes. All right, that looks pretty close there. You could also measure off your mortar joint to get you in the rough height there, but it's definitely probably a little easier if you just level it over. That saves the complications. So I'm just going to stack rocks under it to hold it temporarily. All right, so let me just put it in the center, see how it looks. And it's actually dead level right where it's at, so I like it. So now I'm going to go ahead and put a tap con on this side of the opening. All right, I just put one tap con on each side, and it actually feels really stable. If you really want to, you can put two, but I don't really need two because I'm going to put gravel up against it to help it from kicking out. So that's more or less just to keep it the right elevation. All right, so I'm going to finish this one up and then do the next one. All right, now you take your handy dandy rake and just push gravel up against that board. And all this really does is just keeps that concrete from pushing out underneath that 2x6. All right, I was going to give you a close-up look at what we got done here. So if you look, we got a tap con holding this side on that red mark I made, and then we leveled it, then we came over here, and if you look, we put a tap con here, and so this board is sitting perfectly level. And now we're about 5 to 6 inches above the grade of this gravel, and we're using that mortar joint that you see right there as our grade. And this is all we got to get done before the concrete finisher is going to come through, and he's going to put down wire mesh after he compacts this gravel. So it's really important you compact your gravel because it keeps this a nice solid base. So just want to show you a little look around at what we got done here, and I am happy with it. And he is going to come and get it all ready, I think tomorrow. So I'm all done with all I can do here myself. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. It's pretty cold out, but we got it done. I was thinking about not even doing it today because it's so cold and windy, but sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and hope you subscribed if you found any value in this video, and like this video as well. All right, see you in the next video. Peace.